I'm the Bearded Eagle, and today we're going to the lake. We just backpacked in a little ways once we hit a snow embankment and couldn't drive any further. And now we're gonna check out this lake. It's just on the other side of the freeway. I got my buddy James with me, and here we are. We're gonna catch some fish, so we'll check in a minute. So we were planning to hike up to the top of that, and then there's a lake right on the other side called Cottonwood. But we got about 20 miles away from the trailhead and ran into a big roadblock of snow. So we're improvising. We're just gonna fish here, and hopefully we don't starve to death. And we're fishing. I didn't record any of that, but we just set up camp, and now we're on the float tubes, and we are fishing. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. So I've got a little spoon on here right now. Just this little guy. See what this guy can do. Gold and black. Looks pretty good in the water. So we got to get out past these stumps, and then I'm gonna troll my way over there. We're gonna go out to the mouth of a big creek so we can catch fish. We gotta catch dinner. We didn't bring any food. We didn't bring any water. We're in a survival situation. Hopefully we slay some fish, or we're gonna be hungry. So I'm right at the mouth of this big fat river, or creek. Give you a little view here. Let me see if I get the hands out of the way, if you can see that mountain back there. My buddy James is fly fishing. We're just gonna sit here for a while and see what we can catch for dinner. So it doesn't seem like we're getting quite deep enough. So I'm gonna put some split shot on there. See if I can't get it down a little further. Start with 2. We just saw an otter or a beaver or something floating up this creek. So there's something out here. Use my tooth pliers. Probably not a great idea since the weights are lead, but it doesn't kill you, makes you stronger. Am I wrapped up on the end there? Okay, there we go. Let's see if we can't catch a fish now. set up and troll a little bit here. So the mouth of the creek is right over there. You can see James over there. And I think that the fish like the fresh oxygen from the creeks, and they kind of go up there to feed, and so I'm thinking right around here in this mouth would be a good spot. Well, didn't get a stick or anything and got my gear back, so we're good. So I got a nice little wad of string to bring home for a souvenir if I don't get any fish. Put that all in there. Tucked away. I just put all new line on my reel. So we shouldn't have that problem anymore. That was like 4 or 6 pound test, and you could see the weight of my gear just broke it off. Pretty awesome. It's always a little hard to do this once you're already in your tube. Alright, let's see if this does a little better. This time we're doing a little spinner. Got some pretty beads on here too. I can show you. Some color there. Figure that'll reflect pretty well underwater. Hey, there's that Mr. Otter, or a beaver. Don't know if you can see that. See if I can zoom in for you. Just crossing the creek right in front of me. If he's here, there must be something to eat. Come on, there's enough for both of us, Mr. Beaver. Might be an otter, might be a muskrat. Just never know. See if I can get in a little closer. But you gotta turn around because, you know, float tube goes backwards, of course. I don't even need to catch fish to have fun out here. This is just gorgeous. Couldn't ask for better weather. How's that for a view? See those mountains? Just glassy water. You can see people, but they are where cars can go, which is a little hike away from where we are. This is the life, guys. This is the life. Now if we can just catch a couple fish, that would be even better. Well, there it is. I caught a stickfish. This is not going to feed the family. It's too shallow in here, so we're going to go back out to the lake. My buddy's got his fly rod, so he's over there in the shallow stuff. I don't think I can get away with it here. Alright, here's all the gear I brought. Everything here is, besides fishing stuff, this is everything I brought. So we got the sleeping pad, the pillow, my pillow, sleeping bag, cook set, stove. This is the K-bar spork knife combo. It's kind of dirty. Water filter, pair of gloves, toothbrush, coffee filter. It's called a coffee buddy, coffee mate, something like that. And then we got the necessary toilet tissue and trowel. Everything else was food. Of course, I've got my fire steel and blower. So that's always in my pocket, though it doesn't count. And that's it. And everything else is clothes and camera equipment and fishing gear. And my chair. Can't forget the chair. Worked out pretty good. See you guys in the next one. Time to go chop some wood, YouTube. Got my little folding saw here. This is a Gerber. Some kind of Gerber made in the US. Of course. Should do the trick. Put my gloves on and we're gonna get a bunch of firewood and start a fire. And then we're gonna have to dip into our emergency ration food. So we'll catch up with you in a minute.
Warm air every once in a while, you know?
Yeah, when the wind brings it down from the sun. These are weird plants. They just kind of grow like roots almost. So we're doing a little kindling run. And we'll go out and get some bigger stuff. That's probably good on the little stuff. This wood is like perfectly dry.
Yeah. Yeah, the shuffle burns fast.
Yeah, I'll try to find some hardwood in there before it gets too dark. Should have brought my big saw. This one kind of looks rotty, but top's been good so far. Should we scoot them in or chop them up?
We could just scoot it in.
Want to do that?
I think.
That'd be a lot easier.
If we get tired of it, we can just take it over and chuck it on the lake, you know?
Yeah, we can always go get more.
Yeah.
All right. Should I get this thing sparked up?
Yeah. Do you want to do it with your starter? Fire starter?
Probably. Give me. Okay, it's fire lighting time. We're gonna lay down a bed of sticks. Even though we don't really need to. It's good practice. Got some fat wood here that I brought. I'm gonna make a big pile of it. Get your little stuff ready to go. All right, we're gonna have a good base there, and then
That's a good one.
hopefully that fat wood chops in half.
Not that part.
Not that part.
Just the bark thing.
Maybe that side. It's all red. Not a bad chair. Could just find 4 flat rocks for it if you want to. Oh yeah. Maybe I'll leave the meat on the cooler. Oh,
Roughing it.
it's peaceful out here. Maybe I'll get my headlamp before it gets dark. The hat fits better when I have the headlamp on. It's like a micron too big.
Yeah.
But better than being too small.
There's nothing worse.
I don't know what size to get. All right. Let's do a quick stir for YouTube. So we've got our emergency rations here. We didn't catch any fish, so we've resorted to this emergency stuff. I'm sure you feel really bad for us. Eventually I'm gonna put the prime rib in, and then you're gonna feel really bad. I don't know, dude. We might not have to drain any.
No.
We can just put the juice in.
Perfect.
All right, so the sauce is going in. Oh, that's a hot fire.
Mm-hmm.
Hot fire. It's coming right at me too. And then we'll just let this warm up a little bit too.
Yeah, just let the noodles heat it up. Mix her around.
Hot fire.
You go with the top off or top on?
Is it hot?
Exactly.
All right, here it is. It is delicious. Curry flavored ramen with steak. Look at that. I won't make you watch me eat it. I'll just make you listen to me. Well, we survived the evening. Just made some coffee, made some breakfast. Had a Mountain House skillet, it's pretty good. And now we're gonna get rigged up. I think today we're gonna try it with a bobber. Cause kept getting stuck on all the stumps. Some split shot. Oh, almost forgot the hook. Let's see here. One of these little guys. Blessed with another beautiful day today. See if we can't turn that into fish. I think I'll put some salmon eggs on the help out. Simple fishing knot, for those of you that don't know, you put it through the eye, twist it around 5, 6, 7, 8 times, doesn't really matter. Then you go through the loop and the string that you made. Like so. And fold it back into that loop you just made. Pull it tight, and then it'll slip down to the eye. Just kind of tuck that in a little bit. Grab your neck knife. Usually I'll bite this tag end and tighten it up a little bit. Good enough for me. And I just fold it over and use my fingernail as a cutting board. And you're good. It's a sweet little knife. Thanks, Fowler. The salmon eggs on there. Just gonna pull a little line out, give myself like a 4-foot gap between the bobber and the bait. Pretty awesome view here. See if I can zoom in for you. Looks a lot bigger in person, but hopefully it shows up in 4K. And just like that, we're fishing. I've got a bobber and a hook with some salmon eggs. And then just kind of dragging it around a little bit. The bobber's really small, so it is hard to see. Try to avoid that big stump. Cheers. About 10 feet deep right here. Get hung up. Stump fish. Just barely missed that stump. Should we try out a little deeper?
Huh?
Should we get out a little deeper?
Yeah, I kind of shallowed up right here, so. I didn't think I could get this thing down that far. It's got to be 20 feet down.
We got a little wake coming in.
How's your tune doing?
What's that?
How's your pontoon doing?
Awesome. Whoa, whoa. There's a couple boats that are making some wakes. It's more like 30 feet deep here, I'd say. Well, nothing yet. Doing frame. Here I am on my pontoon boat. Wondering why I'm not catching any fish. I might switch to some power bait. Salmon eggs don't seem to be luring them in at all. Maybe I'll try a little bit longer. So far we have been skunked. It's a good thing we brought those emergency rations. Some honkers. So I'm going to put a spinner on now that we're in deeper water. Nothing on the bobber. Some of that. Same knot. Just gonna put it through the eye to put my swivel on. Through a hole. Oop, missed it. Try that again. Nice and tight. Grab the neck knife. Cut the tag off. Put this little guy on there. Simple spoon with the hook. Should spin around a little bit. Oh yeah, this has like a little back and forth action. I'll just let that sit there in the rod holder. It's about for a rod holder. We just sit back and do a little paddling, kicking. I wonder if I'm using a frame. We're good. There's a little different view for you guys. I got hung up on something, so I gotta make sure I don't have a big stick on the end of my hook. Yeah. Still there. See that waterfall? Lord, won't you give me fish for dinner? More like lunch. At this point, we'll probably just bring home the fish if we get some. It's a little too late in the day, but we're gonna get going pretty soon. Let's let it go down a little bit and see what happens down deeper. We're not having any luck here. I think the fish with the water this clear, and sometimes they go down to the bottom. Stay away from the eagles. While I was getting out of bed, James said he saw a bald eagle come swoop right in front of him and grab a fish right out of the water. Made it look so easy. Everything's easy fishing when you're an eagle. It's not as easy when you're a bearded eagle. Now I can tell we're pretty deep down there. So if I just reel slow, maybe it'll stay down there all the way in. Just hope I'm dodging all the stumps. This used to be a forest before the dam was built, so they cut all the trees down, and now it's just tons of stumps. I call it Stump Lake. It's got a more complicated name. Complicated in English, it's a Native American term, but Cochise, something similar. It'll be in the title. You can sound it out yourself. Alright, let's see if we can get a good cast here. I'm gonna flip around and give you a different view here for a minute. Look at that big old mountain. We saw some fresh deer tracks in camp this morning. They pretty much, oops, that didn't go well. And we'll troll, let it get out of there a little bit. Assuming the fish are at the bottom. Use my one manpower motor here. 2 leg power. Bearded eagle power. Got that freeway. Geez, it seemed like it only got quiet for 4 or 5 hours overnight, and then it was right back up and running. Set up the trolling setup here. Velcro Murata and just kick. Oh yeah, the reel is reeling perfectly now. Must have had some sand in there or something. This is a new line. I put it on yesterday. So it's like still kind of untrained, or trained from the spool it came on, so it's like wants to jump off the reel here sometimes. Just gotta keep an eye on it. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Sure is nice to be out on the water, I'll tell you that much. I'll go one more this way. Don't want to let it down too far out there because there's probably shallow, a lot of stumps. Thought I heard a fish jump. I haven't seen a single fish surface other than the one the bald eagle took from us. small reel. That was almost all of the line. It's a good cast, in other words. Right by the waterfall still. I was thinking that all the new oxygen coming in on that would be bringing all the fish over here. But he said that the fish like to go into the deeper water later when it starts to warm up, but this time of year they're up here in the shallows. That has not proven to be the case yet, unless they just don't like the stuff I'm fishing with. Not you, it's me. Might have to try some power bait. Got a little stick. Not gonna catch a fish with a stick on your hook. Oh. Not a sport for the impatient, that's for sure. I've said that before. I'll say it again. This reel has a little finger, a little red finger, so when you pull the casting trigger, this little finger holds the line for you, and it fails about 30% of the time. But it's a great reel, otherwise I like this thing. It's nice and light, so when you're backpacking, not wasting too much. Oh, that was better. Less than epic. Fish, don't get excited. Just a snag. Probably another one of those branches that I just pulled in. Let's see. No stick on the hook this time. That's good. That snow up there, it's no wonder the water's so cold. It's all fresh snow melt, not swimming weather. Come on, fishy, fishy, fishy. Sometimes if you talk to him, it does absolutely nothing at all. By the way, thank you for subscribing. We're now up to 50, a little over 50 subscribers. Well on our way to 1,000, then I can do these things live. Once you have 1,000 subscribers, you can do mobile live stream. fun. For me, hopefully it's fun for you. It's probably more fun when I catch fish, but you get to talk and listen to me talk and look at me. I'm sure that's just as entertaining. Control for a minute while I take a second copy. Last sip. It's all gone. That's alright. We can make some more while we pack up camp. Well, we're going to make our way back to camp. Dry things off. What's that? No, they're not frozen. I could still feel them. Probably would have been better if I wore socks under the neoprene, but it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger, as they say. Anyway, we're gonna head back to camp, dry stuff off, get stuff packed up, warm up a little bit, and then hike out of here.
Right up over Gold Pond. America.
See you on the next one.